Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah Chrisley shared heartbreaking news. Savannah Chrisley has shared some heartbreaking news with fans. This is something she felt needed to be made public. Fans were shocked to hear what she had to say. There has been a lot going on with her family recently. Keep reading to find out more about this sad situation. Savannah Chrisley works on parents' freedom. Savannah Chrisley has been working on freeing her parents from prison since the day they were arrested. Todd and Julie Chrisley are currently in federal prison for tax evasion and fraud. However, they are still denying these claims. While Savannah is a big Donald Trump supporter, she was hoping that when he got elected into office, he would pardon her parents. However, Trump released the pardon list and the Chrisleys did not make the cut. Savannah still has hope that it will happen in the future. However, this may not be the case. She shares heartbreaking news with fans. Savannah Chrisley has shared some heartbreaking news with fans. She made a video on Instagram to talk about the issue. Savannah also revealed that they did not have any hot water there either. Also, people are not showing up to work, and they do not have food. She wanted to share this so awareness was brought to the situation. She is angry at the situation. It seems that the prison Todd is currently has no heat, hot water, or food. As much as people feel like Todd needs to be in prison, this is a sad fact. Fans ended up feeling bad for him and the other people who were freezing. The prison Todd is currently at is going to be shut down. However, it is already going off the rails. The sun had barely risen over Nashville when Savannah Chrisley, with her blonde hair loosely tied back and eyes still swollen from sleep or tears, clicked the live button on Instagram. Sitting on her couch in an oversized hoodie, the normally radiant reality star looked fragile, vulnerable. Her voice cracked before she even uttered the first sentence. "Hey y'all," she whispered, her southern twang subdued. "This is not an easy video for me to make, but I owe it to you. I owe it to myself, and I owe it to the people who have loved me through everything." Within moments, tens of thousands of followers had joined the live stream. Comments flew in rapid fire. "Are you okay, Savannah? What's going on? Please say it's not about Nanny Faye." Savannah took a deep breath. Her hand clutched a tissue that had already seen its fair share of dabs and wipes. "I lost someone very special to me this week," she said, voice trembling. "And this pain, it's unlike anything I've ever felt. This isn't about fame or being strong for the cameras. This is me, raw, broken." As she spoke, she reached off camera and pulled a framed photo into view. It was a picture of her and her late fiancé Nick Curdiles, taken during happier times. They were both smiling, her head on his shoulder, his arm wrapped around her waist. The memory hit like a freight train. "Nick and I had our ups and downs, as many of you know," she said. "We tried so hard to make it work. There was real love there, so much love. But life has a way of tearing apart even the strongest bonds. And now he's gone." Guests filled the chat. It was true. Nick Curdiles, former professional hockey player and once the love of Savannah's life, had passed away just days prior. The circumstances were still unclear, but one thing was certain: Savannah was shattered. She continued, her voice cracking like thin glass. "We spoke recently, just last week. He told me he still prayed for me every night, that even if we couldn't be together, he'd always be rooting for me. And now I'll never hear that voice again." Her hand trembled as she placed the photo back down. The tears came freely now, streaming down her cheeks. But Savannah wasn't done. She leaned forward, clutching a handwritten letter, its edges crinkled from constant rereading. "He left this for me," she said softly. "I wasn't supposed to share it. but I think he'd want the world to know that he loved fiercely. That his heart was bigger than his struggles. The letter, written in Nick's recognizable scrawl, was part love note, part apology. He spoke of regret for the missed chances, for the times he let his pride get in the way. But he also expressed eternal hope. Hope that Savannah would find the happiness they both craved. Fans wept alongside her. The outpouring of support in the comments was overwhelming. Celebrities, influencers, and everyday people flooded her inbox with messages of love, compassion, and shared grief. But Savannah wasn't finished. "This isn't just about my pain," she said. "It's about reminding every single one of you to hold your people close. Don't let pride steal moments. Don't assume there's always more time."
The days that followed,
Because
Savannah's
sometimes heartbreaking news made headlines across the nation. The Chrisley family, already reeling from Todd and Julie's incarceration, now faced a different kind of sorrow, one not tangled in courtrooms and scandals, but rooted in the rawest corner of the human soul: loss. Chase Chrisley, Savannah's younger brother, took to his own Instagram to share a tribute to Nick. "You were a brother to me, man," he wrote. "No matter what happened between y'all, I always respected you. Rest easy." Even Nanny Faye, the family's beloved matriarch, released a rare statement through Savannah's publicist. "That boy had a sweet soul," she said. "I'm praying for his family and my Savannah. Lord knows she's been through too much already." But Savannah didn't retreat into darkness. Instead, she turned her heartbreak into purpose. She launched a foundation in Nick's honor, the Second Chance Project, aimed at supporting young adults battling depression, anxiety, and trauma. She partnered with mental health professionals, hosted live Zoom healing sessions, and even began writing a memoir titled "Still Loving You from Afar." In one poignant Instagram post, Savannah wrote, "Grief doesn't come with instructions. Some days I don't want to get out of bed. Other days I want to scream at the sky. But every time I close my eyes, I hear him saying, 'You've got this, Sav. You always did.' And so I keep going. For me, for him." Her fans stood by her side every step of the way. They called her brave, a light in a dark world. They praised her for turning pain into power. And while the sparkle in Savannah's eyes had dimmed, it hadn't disappeared completely. In a touching moment weeks later, she visited Nick's favorite fishing dock at sunrise. She filmed herself tossing white rose petals into the water, whispering, "This is for you. I'll always carry you with me." Then with a tearful smile, she looked into the camera and said the words that broke and healed millions of hearts. "You may be gone, but I'll never stop loving you." And with that, Savannah Chrisley shared her heartbreaking news with the world. Not for attention, not for headlines, but because grief needs space. And in her raw vulnerability, she reminded everyone watching that even reality stars feel the sting of loss. Even glitter fades, but love remains. In the days that followed, Savannah's heartbreaking news made headlines across the nation. The Chrisley family, already reeling from Todd and Julie's incarceration, now faced a different kind of sorrow, one not tangled in courtrooms and scandals, but rooted in the rawest corner of the human soul: loss. Chase Chrisley, Savannah's younger brother, took to his own Instagram to share a tribute to Nick. "You were a brother to me, man," he wrote. "No matter what happened between y'all, I always respected you. Rest easy." Even Nanny Faye, the family's beloved matriarch, released a rare statement through Savannah's publicist. "That boy had a sweet soul," she said. "I'm praying for his family and my Savannah. Lord knows she's been through too much already." But Savannah didn't retreat into darkness. Instead, she turned her heartbreak into purpose. She launched a foundation in Nick's honor, the Second Chance Project, aimed at supporting young adults battling depression, anxiety, and trauma. She partnered with mental health professionals, hosted live Zoom healing sessions, and even began writing a memoir titled Still Loving You from Afar.